Hey guys, what's up? It's Zero here. I don't know if you can tell my voice, but holy crap, I am beyond excited. The Awakening DLC video has finally been released and we get to see everything, including zombies. So, obviously they've got the multiplayer maps, good stuff, whatever, but we're here for the good shit, zombies. That's what I'm going to break down today. I'm going to kind of see everything I can and explain as much as I can, so let's jump straight into it. So first things first, the new map is called the Eisendrache, and that actually translates to the Iron Dragon. So it's also confirmed this is episode 4 of the actual story, which therefore means that Shadows of Evil was more of a prequel or just a separate timeline, but it also means that we are playing back with the original 4. That's right, Dempsey, Takio, Nikolai, and Richtofen will be playable characters. So now that we have that cleared, let's break it down frame by frame and just spot out everything we possibly can. So in the very few first seconds of the actual trailer, we see like a little quick kind of glimpse of everything, and then it's a still frame of this zombie comic art style, something sort of what we've seen in Buried when they showed the cinematic trailer when you start solo. One thing that's jumping out to me is the fact that they're very red, the zombies, and even the male character zombie has like a fire ring around him, and it's just very yellow red, so it's kind of like, I don't know if it's more of the blood factor, but more heat come fire, so I'll bring that up later on. This white ring also jumped out to me. It might not really specify zombies, but it reminds me of the crazy place where the stars were wielded, where you pick them up from after you've upgraded them. This is that power source, kind of remind me of that. So the first thing we actually presented to is the cable cart system, which you can clearly see here transporting 2 different cable carts up and down the mountain. And it gives us a pretty big idea of what the map looks like. If it's possible that we'll be able to play down there, maybe we start there and we have to get the cable cart up to the castle. This could even be a cable car system pack punch, so maybe you go down the hill and there's a pack punch that once you've done a few things up the top of the castle, etc. What? Well, yeah, I guess we've got a massive mine-looking, sparking electric thing. I have no idea what that would be. It may be a trap. It could be a trap, but I feel like it'd be more towards an Easter egg or something. Or even perhaps like it's something towards with the power. Maybe once you turn the power on, I assume once you turn the power on, this thing would activate, but like this would have something to trigger with maybe the pack punch or something. This also caught my eye as well. It kind of reminded me of the Origins pack punch, but essentially like it's broken. It kind of gave me that. That's what I got from it, but don't know, it could be something else. So I'll spoil a few things in this next part, so we'll try and break that down. Obviously there's a possible generator right there. It could be like the Origin generator, but also look at this guy's belt. So yeah, it's an unusual logo. To me it reminds me of like a crescent, like moon, a really crescent moon that's curving up a lot, and there's like a third curve in the middle. But yeah, the way Treyarch do these trailers, they go over like 100 times, and they obviously just want us to see stuff, important stuff. But the first thing that my eyes were dragged to was this little logo at the very end of this clip. So yeah, what do you guys reckon that could be? So this looks like to be the panning camera angle of like the main area of the Eisendrache, and obviously we can see a purple cloud up in the top where obviously also box power light, but we can also see this blue purple cloud of sparky electricity. So I thought that was just a little bit interesting. Old classic traps are back, which is really cool. I'm hoping like the classic electricity traps because they were awesome. But also wanted to focus on the clock at the bell tower. And we all know from previous experience, whenever a clock is implemented to a map via Treyarch, it is something important. And if you look at this one, some of the numbers are actually illuminated, and it might not even be a clock. It might just be some sort of window, but I feel it could be a clock. So yeah, something very interesting about this. So here is another part of the castle, and if we look, the main focus I think is what they want us to see is, there's also the trap if you see in the bottom right, going to the middle right now, but also the windows. And to me, they remind me of even like the gate, a green gatekeeper opening its mouth holding the the summoning key, and even perhaps Magua, one of the heads of Magua's opening the mouth. As for the middle window panel, I'm a bit confused. I mean, obviously the map is called the Iron Dragon, so perhaps that could be like the Iron Dragon or something. And here we obviously get a look at the actual Eisendrache map. Obviously that might be the loading image, but this is what we have to look into. And obviously rituals are back. I say this in like a more of an annoyed way because I really wasn't happy with the fact that you had to upgrade your sword, you had to kill Magua each round, and then upgraded Magua's was just time lengthy and annoying. But I guess it's back, might not be the same, might be for a different part of the Easter egg. We'll find out. And we can also see another trap here, and by the looks of it, it looks like if you hit that, the actual gate door will come down, and perhaps maybe if you're coming and running into the castle, you can block off zombies from the outside. So as we look at this, we get that unusual yellow light in the distance. Don't know what that could mean, but when you look into another scene, you'll see that there's all these yellow type things in that room, and it's obviously referring to element 115, but we don't know what that actual yellow thing is. I guess we'll find out in the later scene, but also the purple lightning in the background. I feel it's part of the atmosphere itself, we won't know, but if you also look at the particles here, look at the static particles, they're light blue. Obviously, yeah, you snowflakes which are white, but these particles are blue and they're not moving. This could also imply that someone's picked up a perk or shot a weapon and all these blue particle effects happen, but I'm sure we'll find out very soon. Moving on to this scene, this was the first thing that caught my eye, this unusual object right here. Very unusual object just to put in. I understand for level design though, to create a path, that's what they would put in there, something massive. But it's got like that diesel punk aesthetic to it. But a very unusual object and not something you just randomly place in the level. It somewhat reminds me of a piece from Origins from one of the giant robots, maybe the head or a shoulder blade or some sort of thing. It kind of reminds me of that. So yeah, it's giving me that vibe of that diesel punk thing. But this is that room I wanted to talk about. They were saying the yellow glow before that we saw. This is the room, and there's a lot of things going on here. So for starters, we've got chalkboards with weird equations. We've got speed collar. We also have a gramophone, and if you guys remember from Origins, we had to place the gramophone to open up the portal to the crazy place. So don't know about that. On the top left corner, we have somewhat looks like a kind of weird map. And yeah, this whole room was like the Element 115 room from what they actually said in the trailer. And of course in the center we've got some ball that's glowing, it's coming down, there you go, getting shocked right there, so that's a pretty unusual thing. Might be the power source, who knows. We also have 4 new gumballs, so that's going to be awesome to see, 4 new power perks, or just power-ups I suppose to have when you have gumballs, and that's pretty cool. And this is a pretty cool script, a pretty cool screenshot from one of the scenes is the Apothicon language, and this is all the symbols from Shadows of Evil. So we could translate all the symbols we see, whatever the magwas and stuff say, we can actually translate that now. I thought that was actually really, really cool. We also get to see an awesome wireframe and then the Treyarch staff putting on gumballs, but we also see this at the teddy bear. That's quite unusual, and the Bowie knife. So, what would that mean? And of course this scene here with the sonic boom explosion looking thing, it reminds me of an EMP grenade from multiplayer type games, but yeah, just curious, we might have an EMP grenade. We also get to see here the animators showing the rigging system and all the bones inside the actual zombie to allow it to move, but if you look onto the other screen, they have Keeper language. And that hit me by curiosity, if we got the Apothicon language as well as the Keeper language, is there going to be notes in this actual level that pretty much allow us to depict Shadows of Evil, or even the Keeper meaning the Gatekeeper from Shadows of Evil? Again, I guess we'll have to find out very soon. Another thing that took me by surprise, not surprise, but something I've noticed is these blue lines, like they're smudged on the wall. As you can see, one in the bottom, on the middle left, I suppose, of this picture. There's a few around the map that could obviously, I don't know, that could mean something to the Easter egg, but yeah, there's a few smudged blue lines. And of course, we can see more ritual spots. So as usual, Treyarch have left us with so much hype, and then it's going to be amazing. So I cannot wait. February the 2nd, this pops out on PS4. And the rest will come out for Xbox users probably a month later, seeing as Sony bought the rights. But this looks so good. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It does help me out. And if you enjoyed my stuff, feel free to subscribe. And I will talk to you guys soon.
This is Houston. Stay again, please.